Hello everybody, how is it going? So, some big news came out yesterday, and I didn't think it would ever happen. We have a TCG exclusive ban list, or limit list, I guess. I think, I'm really happy about it. I'm assuming there's going to be mixed opinions on it. I know the Whitebeard players are not happy, but I think it's great. I'm really excited for it. So, here's some. There's probably gonna be a couple Whitebeard matches throughout the rest of the week. Honorary Whitebeard saying goodbye. But now, I think it's great. It'll definitely diversify our format going forward, and I think that's great. So, yeah, I'm really excited. And they did put the cards to 1, so it's not like they're completely gone. Like with, I guess the biggest one I think for most red decks was like Radical Beam. And, I mean, Law only played it at like 2 or 3 usually, so if you want to still play the 1, you can, so I don't really mind that. But Whitebeard to 1's pretty big, because you can't like chain drop Whitebeards. And that was very strong, so that's, I think overall a good change. And, what was the other card that went to 1? Oh, Blocker Marco. Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, I don't know if he needed to be hit, honestly. But he was like Whitebeard and Radical Beam. I think were both good hits, but I don't know about Blocker Marco. But yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. I also like that it does affect Zoro a little bit, because usually he would run like 4 beams for guard points, an amount of Fire Fists, and an amount of Whitebeard Pirates. So that kind of makes it a bit harder for him to play buggy without playing not so. Like, he has to kind of play some not-so-great events. They'll need to play, like, Jet Pistol or something. Not saying Jet Pistol is, like, bad, but I think Radical Beam is definitely better. At least in this meta where Marco, or 5-drop Marco exists. But, I've definitely been kind of ignoring the game a little bit. Not much has really gone on. So I played Searcher. He played Searcher. I played my Marco eventually. I popped his Searcher. He played Kuzan. There you go. That's a summary of the game so far. We did take a life hit, I believe. I don't have 9 drops, so. Oh, I do have a 9 drop. I completely lied. Now I have 2 9 drops. Well, shit. It's okay. Basically, how Whitebeard pretty much always is you can take 1 hit and still have 1 life whenever you get to your 9 drop curve. So, I think it was okay for me to take the 1 hit. Have a ton of cards in hand. But, we're definitely going to want to out this Kuzan, because it's going to be a problem whenever I try to drop my 9 drop. It's already going to probably become a problem if he pops this Thatch, so unfortunate. But he goes 6. We will defend my last life, just because obviously I want that 1 life for my 9 drop. He'll play down a Kobe, popping my Thatch, and he could either swing big with Leader to try to get my last life, or maybe he'll play like a Borsellino or another Kuzan. That's pretty good too. So yeah, we don't really have efficient answers to the Kuzan he just played. A bit unfortunate, but if we just play our 9 drop, he's still gonna have to drop 2 cards from his hand, and he won't really be able to efficiently swing into us because we'll be at 8k. So not the worst, unless we decide to skip out on 9 drop and then Otama Marco, but I just don't think that's correct. So yeah, we'll 9 drop and just attack for 8. He'll take, pass it back. He'll go Ice Age. Interesting. I'm gonna be real, I don't think he really needs this card, because if he just attacked with Kuzan, my 9 beard would be at 5 cost, so he could just Sakazuki it. But I guess if he only has Kobe, fair enough, but he does have the Sakazuki, so bit of an interesting card to be playing. Maybe he just always wants to make sure he's able to out big drops like Big Mom and 9 drop Whitebeard. Fair enough. Go 3 down on lead, attack us for 8. Easy counter, because we have another 9 drops, so we obviously want to keep that alive. Thinking about, again, Otama Marcoing the Kuzan, but I give up my 1 life if I do that, so I think it's better to just play the 9-drop and keep taxing cards out of his hand. Because our Marco should be able to stick around. There is an argument to also just not swing with my Marco and just force him to swing 8 at my leader. But we decided to swing with it just because I want to put pressure on him if he decides next turn to pop my 9-drop again. So he'll be using a lot of cards in hand, and if I can get him lower life, I could potentially go for game or just put him in a bad spot. He'll take the 6k hit. I'll 9-drop again. Almost forgot to attack. We'll swing for 8. And he'll take that as well. So next turn, if he outs my 9-drop, I am threatening lethal with my Marco and my leader. Unless he outs my 9-drop and then like plays a blocker. Plays another Ice Age. Attacks for 5 with the Kuzan at my Marco. I assume just up minus the cost of my Whitebeard. That's completely fair. He'll play Kaku. And pop my 9-drop. Attack, I assume Marco for 7. Counter for 2. He'll play down another 4-drop Kuzan and pass it back. So we can definitely start pressuring life here. We'll go 3 down on Marco, attack for 9. And he does counter out of this with 3 2Ks. That's pretty good. So I'm definitely debating playing my my ace here, try to clean up some of his board. But I could also just play a blocker Marco, just to try to be safer. I'm not sure what's actually better though. Kind of a tough choice here. Go 1 Dawn lead. And attack Kuzan for 7. He'll let it go. I'll play blocker Marco and I'll pass. I'm going to leave 2 Dawn up just in case my last life was like a guard point or another radical beam. I mean, you still have a ton of counter. Pretty much every card in hand has counter other than my ace, so we can always just use ace to revive my 5-drop Marco. Or 4-drop, my bad. Goes 5 Dawn on leader, attacks me for 10. I will radical beam and 1k. Goes 1 Dawn on Sakazuki, attacks us for 8. I'll 2k and 1k. Goes 2 down on Kaku, attacks us for 8 again. I will 2k and 1k. If I can combo out of all these hits and not use my Marco, that would be the best. Because if I use my Marco and he restands, that might actually just kill me. So the Marco is there just to kind of, I guess, stop him from... Well, honestly, I'm thinking about it now. He could have just, like, put all of his Dawn on leader and attacked me for 15. I think I could have gotten out of it, but, like, I think that was his best play, right? I'm trying to think. I had a radical beam, 3 2Ks, and like 3 1Ks or something like that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. Yeah, I could have gotten out of it, but all the other hits might have caused a problem, and he might have had a way to game. But we'll go 3 down our 5-drop Marco. He'll take that hit, and no trigger. So then we'll just swing our blocker Marco for 5, just chip a card from his hand, and then we'll put the rest of our Dawn on our leader and attack for 13, I think. Yep, attack for 13, and this is pretty much this game. Well, thank you guys for watching.